Hey, this is Khalil with Charm City Buyers. Now, you may have seen the most recent article in the Baltimore Business Journal dated March 24th that read Baltimore awards $2.25 million in grants to three community land trusts. This was very exciting and a milestone for the community land trust movement, not only in Baltimore and the state of Maryland, but also across the nation. Of course, this prompted several questions and messages to us. Questions like, what are community land trusts? How do community land trusts operate? Is this a proven model? This whole permanent affordability thing, how does that work? And many, many more. These are all very reasonable and very fair questions. So in Charm City Buyers fashion, we decided to make a quick video so we can share some information with you. So, is this new? Well, in Baltimore City, yes, CLTs are new, but across the nation, it's not new. Grounded Solutions is a leader in the CLT space, and they provide opportunities for community land trusts to network and to grow together. There are over 225 CLTs across 23 states. These CLTs have created over 35,000 rental units and over 30,000 co-ops, over 18,000 home ownership units. And it's not just residential. There are urban agriculture sites, commercial sites, conserved undeveloped sites, and many more. Basically, what I'm saying is that the CLT model works, and it works in very major ways. What is a CLT? Well, a CLT is typically a nonprofit organization, which means it has a board that governs the operations and the activities and how the nonprofit can function. Most CLT bylaws say that a third of the board is comprised of community members who live in the area in which the CLT will operate. This way, community members who live in the area have a vested interest in what's going on and have control over how the CLT determines to move forward. This is critical and very important because CLTs have control over the properties in their portfolio. So how CLTs typically work is the CLT owns the land and the homeowner owns the house. Through an affordable housing trust fund agreement and a deed restriction, the CLT can limit the resale price and ensure that houses are sold as permanently affordable houses. So currently in Baltimore City, CLT houses are sold to individuals whose incomes are at 80% or 50% of the area median income. For simplicity, area median income, or AMI, is the average income in a geographic area. So the higher your income, the more money you can pay for housing. But by limiting the housing to be sold to individuals with lower incomes, CLTs can ensure that houses are always sold to people who otherwise would not be able to afford a house in that area. This is one very helpful tool to prevent displacement in communities and protect legacy residents. One step further, because CLTs retain ownership, it's not considered an arm's length transaction, so it does not negatively impact the value of non-CLT homes. Now, after careful analysis, we see that the mortgage payments for CLT homes can be $500, $600, $700 per month, where in the same areas the rent can go as high as $1,200, $1,300, $1,400 per month. Basically, the CLT model is cutting living expenses in half, allowing folks to have the capital to afford a better quality of life for themselves, for their families, and for their futures. Now, when Kiera and I learned about the CLT model, and we learned how it aligns with our mission of development without displacement and community-first development, we had to get involved, especially since we found out that this is new in Baltimore City. But one initial question we had was, does this model work? And that answer is yes. So in 2010, after the most recent housing crisis, a study determined that based on the rate of foreclosures and serious delinquencies, CLT loans outperformed their competitor loan products substantially. CLT loans were compared against VA loans, FHA loans, prime loans, and of course those subprime mortgages that really were the cause of the housing crisis. And when compared to the other four popular loans, CLT loans foreclosed at substantially lower rates and had substantially fewer serious delinquencies. Now, how is that? Well, it's a function of two different things. One, the homes are sold for less, so the mortgage payments are lower. So CLT loans make it easier to get caught up when life happens and an owner starts to fall behind. And two, because the community land trust retains ownership in the land, so they're notified if something happens, typically. This allows the community land trust to step in and to help out through fundraising efforts, through grants, and through other support systems. Basically, a community land trust is like group economic home ownership safety net for families with lower incomes. And remember, a third of the organization's decisions are controlled by the same people living in the community. So it's a great vehicle to help out. We're super excited about Baltimore City taking this huge step forward with the announcement of the $2.25 million in grants to the 3 community land trusts. Special shout out to all community land trusts doing incredible work in Baltimore City and across the nation, but an even more special shout out to the 3 community land trusts that were awarded the funds: Northeast Housing Initiative, South Baltimore Community Land Trust, and of course, Charm City Land Trusts. Together, we all will continue to move Baltimore in a positive direction that keeps the residents first. Hey, thanks for watching this quick video about CLTs, Community Land Trust. If you have any questions about CLTs, about Baltimore development, about real estate, or you want to get involved, leave a comment below, click the like, and make sure you subscribe. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.